What's going on, guys? Alex here with TFL Off-Road. There's a bunch of Polarises behind me right now because right now I am at ERX Motorsports Park right outside of Minneapolis. It is super sunny. I wish I brought my sunglasses. I can barely see. But anyway, we're doing a lot of cool reviews here today of some Polaris side-by-sides. But one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is storage on some of these off-road machines. Storage on side-by-sides always seems to be an issue. You want these machines to be small, nimble, so that they're good on the trail, but then that doesn't give you a lot of space for storage. So there's a couple machines I wanted to show you here today and give you some ideas on how you can outfit your side-by-side with some more storage. Let's go get into somewhere with a little more shade so you can see what I'm talking about. There they are, heading out. Bunch of Polaris General XPs heading out on the trail. Like I said, we're gonna have more off-road videos like that where we actually get these machines out, but right now I just wanted to show you some of the storage solutions. So this right here is a Polaris General XP, but it's not really any General. This is the all-new limited edition Trailhead edition of the General XP, and I'm gonna be doing a full review on this. Gets you some really cool stuff, like a topo map up here, this really cool color scheme, and a bunch of other stuff. But one of the big features is the rack on the back. Now, before we get over there, I'll show you what the storage looks like on the interior. So you have a pretty decent sized center console there. You have a little phone cubby right there. Another smaller cubby up in front of the passenger seat, as well as a glove box right there. So not terrible amounts of storage on the inside, but not amazing at the same time. I'll get this back seat opened up here so you can see we've got a similar storage solution in the back. Cup holders, little cubby right there, a little phone holder which is pretty nifty, so you can drop your cell phone in right there, and it has a nice good spot to stay. Rear seat passengers also have a little bit of a storage cubby here, and it even goes a little bit taller than this lip here, so you can put some taller items in and they kind of extend out into the top. So decent storage, but there's some better storage solutions out back, and this is what I really wanted to show you guys. So the General has a dumping cargo bed, which you can see right here. This bed can hold 600 pounds, and it is a gas-assisted dump bed. So you've got this one lever right here, you pull that, and the whole bed will tilt back. I'm not going to do it right now because this is sitting up on a rock right now and it's way up in the air. But I wanted to show you this lock and ride adventure rack that they have on the back of here. So this is kind of a shelf rack, so you have some storage underneath the rack as well as on top with all of these MOLLE panels, and it locks into their lock and ride system very easily, so you don't need to make any modifications to the vehicle. This comes directly from Polaris, and this is not height adjustable, this shelf, but they said that they really thought about what people were going to be putting under here. So a lot of the Polaris coolers fit under here. You can throw a 5-gallon bucket under here, no problem, and still have room on the top for the rest of your gear. So the benefit to this is, you know, if you normally would put a cooler on it and then stack stuff on top of it, let's say you need to get to your cooler, you need to pull everything out that's on the top and then you know, get to what you're trying to access and then reload everything. With the system like this, you know, you can just put stuff under here, shut the tailgate, it's nice and secure in there. Then you can put some more accessories up on top here, strap them down, maybe mount some stuff on the inside and outside of these MOLLE panels. Same thing on the back wall there. Even this MOLLE panel on the bottom, you can attach stuff to the underside of that. So super cool and versatile storage rack. Again, this is the Lock and Ride Adventure Rack. The rack can secure 50 pounds of gear by itself, so 600 pounds for the bed, and then you can put 50 pounds on the rack itself. So pretty capable vehicle, and once you add, you know, a big storage rack like this, you can carry a lot more gear with you. But it doesn't stop there. This is the Polaris rack that they're offering. but Rhino Rack is here too, and they're offering some additional rack systems, so let's go check those out. So yeah, like I said, Rhino Rack is here with some new accessories they're offering for some of these Polaris products. So we have a Ranger right here that is outfitted with a bed rack as well as a roof rack. And then over here we have a General, which no roof rack on this one, but we have a pretty cool bed rack on here as well. So I'll walk you through some of these products right here. So let's start over here with the Ranger. This uses their backbone system to mount to the roof. You have to drill a couple of holes, but then you can easily put their platform up top. And this one has a spare tire on it right now, so lots and lots of space up there. You could fit probably 2 spare tires if you wanted to. Nice and low profile, it doesn't stick up too much above the top of the vehicle, which is nice. Anytime you put something on the roof, you gotta worry about where that load is. So good to see that it's pretty low down. 150 pound capacity for this roof rack right here. So good to see that. Now let's move on to the bed rack here. Similar backbone mounting system. So this actually sits right above the bed, and then these kind of side supports you can see on the other side go down to the tie down points, and they mount in right there. Sorry, not drill. So no modifications needed for this rack here. This rack right here has a 75 pound capacity, and you know, really good to see. No modifications, tons of accessories. So you have these little eyelets here. You have a tool rack, so you could put, you know, a shovel in here, an axe, fishing poles even, and they're locking, really easy spring-loaded opening, and then they just mount down like that. They're rubber fitted on the inside, so your stuff's not going to move around. These are pretty cool. There's some movable corners here, so you can strap down something like a cooler. It'll stay in its place. You could use that for a toolbox as well. So lots of options there. And then there's all these mounting channels here on the top and bottom. So let's say you wanted to put a light pod facing backwards, you can mount that underneath, keep the platform nice and flat up top for mounting other accessories. So pretty cool. Lots of extra storage on this Ranger, between the bed rack, the roof rack, and then of course all the other storage space underneath the bed as well. Moving over to the General, similar system here, except this one uses their lock and ride system. So instead of going down to mounting points in the bed, it just uses the regular lock and ride system. This one can hold 50 pounds of weight on the rack right here, and this one's fitted with the high lift jack mount obviously, and the traction board mounts. These are super easy to use. Once they're on, no tools required. You just spin these off, you can access your gear, and it's really easy. So just wanted to give you a little, little look at some ways you can add some more storage to your Polaris vehicles. Polaris and Rhino Rack are offering 7 different accessory mounts for these racks that they have, these platforms. However, there is a whole line of Pioneer series accessories from Rhino Rack that you can use as well. So 7 from Polaris themselves, but there's tons more that you can get directly from Rhino Rack that will all work with this rack system. Lastly, I just wanted to show you how storage is getting better in these side-by-sides. So this is the all-new Ranger SP570. You know, not a huge machine, it's a mid-sized machine, but if you lift up these seats here, you can see tons of storage underneath. There's this huge cubby right here. Fits a full face dirt helmet, which is really impressive. And then you've got other things like a phone holder, cup holder, glove box, even more cup holders, some really big and spacious bins down here, and then even some little nets where you can stash some smaller items, as well as the bed itself. So storage is getting better in these machines. I also wanted to show you this pretty cool Ranger they have decked out with some accessories. You can also put a rack on the front, which this one has. So, you don't want to put anything too high up there, but you can put some stuff here and then load it up with that roof rack that I showed you earlier and the bed rack, and you'll have plenty of storage on your side-by-side. There you go, just wanted to show you some storage options on some of the new Polaris side-by-sides, and it's really cool to see that you can really put a rack and cargo on every corner of these machines now. Between a front rack like this, a roof rack, and a rack in the bed, your storage solutions are endless. And you know, it's not just one rack you can choose from. I showed you that lock and ride adventure rack, then the Rhino Rack, which is a whole different thing, and they fit, you know, the same vehicles. So really cool, you have options. Storage is getting way better in side-by-sides, and that seems to be one of your guys' biggest complaints with side-by-sides, is where do you put all your stuff when you load up your family. So anyway, hope you got some inspiration, some ideas. Maybe we'll make it a little easier for you to justify a side-by-side purchase if you know you can carry all the stuff with you. Look forward to some actual ride reviews where I, you know, take these things out in the dirt and get them dirty a little bit. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.